Here's the thing. The funniest part of this to me, besides CNN exposing their true colors here, which are the colors of a liar, this would have blown over in the matter of a day because so many in the media and on the left are willing to brush that sort of thing under the rug. This would have blown over in a day's time if CNN had just said, listen, we made a mistake. We shouldn't have done that. It was an oversight. If they had sort of copped out of this and made an excuse, it would have been over like that. I don't understand why they're digging their heels in, except that they so want to believe what they report is true, they're willing to actually tell a lie about it.
But it's fascinating because in the last year, we've seen other writers suspended without pay from CNN for also using bad sourcing and not taking responsibility for that. The editorial team over there for their web division said with these people, some of them, I believe, were even fired. Others were suspended briefly without pay. So I don't know why for their online division that happened within the last year, but now they're unwilling to. And I think a lot of it does go to the political, aspect of this and the fact that they want to keep touting the Russia story because they think it's good for them and their agenda, and they think it's good for their ratings.
I mean, but this is a huge deal, I think, bigger even than many in conservative media are making it into. Because I think CNN says, oh, conservatives, they're just trying to make fun of us. They pick at any error and make it and kind of blow it out of proportion. This is not blown out of proportion. The entire accusations, the entire case built by the left is built on this Trump Tower meeting between Don Jr. and this Russian lawyer, and whether Donald Trump himself knew about this. To publish a story saying that the former personal attorney of President Trump had information and was willing to testify in the investigation that Trump knew about this, that's a really big deal. That's what we would call, if it were true, that would be a smoking gun. And not to withdraw that when they realize it's a lie, I don't know how anybody can take them seriously, if anybody does at this point anyway.
Yeah, and I think, listen, at the beginning, giving them the benefit of the doubt, but like you said in your intro, it's kind of odd that they quoted Lanny Davis when Lanny Davis was also this quote-unquote anonymous source. I don't think that fits to the tier of journalistic integrity that's usually taught in schools, but of course, America's universities are screwed up and have been for a while, so Lord knows what they're teaching journalism majors these days. But I think you're absolutely right. It should have been something that was retracted once they realized that Lanny Davis, live on TV, has now been going out there saying he was sorry, he investigated it, his client, Michael Cohen, was wrong, that President Trump, there's no evidence of President Trump knowing about that now infamous Trump Tower meeting with Don Jr. and the Russian agent and all this stuff. Just make it clear, make it obvious, have it be a little caveat, after Jake Tapper's show and move on. But for some reason, like you've said, they're digging in their heels and they're refusing to do it. And listen, I've been burned by an anonymous source before. I have friends and family and colleagues that have as well. Sometimes that happens, but you have to own up to it and move on. That's part of the job.